Have you ever felt like you were meant for something more? Or you're wanting to make a greater impact, but you're not quite sure how your special talents or gifts help get you there? Maybe you've been told that you have potential, but you're having trouble seeing it and you don't see how that shows up for you. If that's the case, you are in the right place, because today I want to dive into 5 simple steps that are going to help you to discover your unique gifts and superpowers. Now, before we dive into that, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you truly felt alive? Like you felt like you were doing exactly what it is that you want to do, or that you were meant to do, that you were born to do. Like if you're having trouble remembering that or thinking of something, don't worry. Because by the end of this video, you're going to have tools that I want to help provide you that help tap into your natural talents so you can start making the impact that you were born to make. Now, part of being a giver is the letter G. So GIVER is an acronym, and the G in it stands for gifts, or identifying and helping people develop their gifts and superpowers, the things that are inside of you. Now, this is going to be super important if you're on this path of discovery, you're on a personal or professional development path, whatever that may look like. You need to be able to take these skills and develop them, level them up so you can become the person you're meant to be and make that greater impact. You have to find those gifts and superpowers that you have hiding inside you. In fact, the world is waiting for you to find them so that you can truly become what we call a giver and an impact maker using your gifts and superpowers. I like to tell the story a lot. It's one of the ones that I tell very early on in the book, The GIVER Method, about these executives. And so the story essentially goes like this. There's a group of executives for a company who got together, and they had someone come in who's helping them figure out how they could level up. What they did is they handed out a piece of paper to each of them and said, hey, write down, what are you the best at? Maybe they didn't call it a superpower or a gift, but what is it that you're the best at? Everyone wrote down, and then they went around the room and shared, and every person shared, well, I'm really good at problem solving, I'm really good at this or that, whatever it may be. Then they said, great, now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around the room, and I want everyone else to say, what's Jake's gift, superpower? What is he the best at? And what's interesting is that when the executives wrote down and read their own, generally they came up with one, in very rare cases, 2 things. But when they went around the room and asked all the other executives, what's Jake good at? What's Sarah good at? What's whoever good at? They came up with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. And most of the time the response was, oh, I guess I do have those. So we don't realize that they're there. We don't reflect on ourselves and be able to tell, oh my gosh, I do have these gifts or superpowers that I could be giving to the world. So what are your gifts or superpowers that you have not discovered yet? These 5 simple steps are going to help you on that journey, start that journey of discovery of what they could be. Before we dive into these 5 simple steps, make sure if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow us on other places like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it may be. You could check us out at thegivermethod.com. You may want to share this video with someone else that you see has a lot of potential, but that they're not breaking out of their shell as a part of that. Now, my name is Jake. I am the founder and chief giver over at the GIVER Method, and the GIVER Method is all focused on helping people to discover and develop their gifts and superpowers so that they can identify the right people to influence and be intentional and make an impact on with those gifts and superpowers. We want you to learn how to deliver them in a way that you deliver as much value as possible. At the same time, how do you do that without expecting anything in return? And then how do you enhance each engagement with individuals along the way? The result is that you're going to start to see yourself develop and improve. You're going to see what we call relationship riches, which naturally is just your spouse, partner, children, parents, coworkers, friends, family, whatever it may be. You're going to have deeper, more connected relationships with them. Also, what I've found is those who discover their gifts and superpowers and they find the right people to give it to, and they give without asking for anything in return, the universe has a way of paying you back. Now, it may not be right away, but I've seen it time and time again with the people who I've spoken to and worked with on these topics. So I'm inviting you to find your gifts and superpowers so you can give them, because I want you to be inviting the universe to pay you back. Once you become a giver, you're going to be able to transform lives around you using your gifts and superpowers. Make a greater impact make deeper connections, and have more fulfillment. So are you ready to transform your life and unlock your incredible potential? If so, I have an opportunity for you that I would love for you to take advantage of. It's called the GIVER Academy, which is an 8-week online group workshop that we have coming up. We're looking to add a few more individuals to that group who are ready to start this journey. They're ready to go on this life-changing movement that they could have. So this workshop, it is perfect for you if you've achieved success but you still feel unfulfilled, like there's something more you're meant to do, or you're struggling to form deep, meaningful connections in your personal and professional life. You have this nagging feeling that you're not living up to your full potential. You want to make real, lasting impact in the world, but you don't know where to start, or you've tried to feel like you're tired of feeling disconnected, I guess is the way of saying it, from your true purpose, your unique talents, the person you were meant to be. Throughout the 8 weeks, you're going to discover and deep dive into finding your hidden gifts and superpowers that you can use to transform self-doubt into just the most amazing confidence that you could have. You're going to learn how to overcome fears and obstacles, the things that get in the way that hold us back from greatness. You're going to discover how to create more value to those around you and how to engage with people more so you have a more lasting impact with what you're providing through your gifts and superpowers. You're going to be connected with some other people in the group, naturally, who are like-minded, who are trying to up-level themselves, have a passion for personal growth and giving to others. And of course, you're going to receive a little bit more one-on-one attention through that group because we're keeping them as a small size. And so you'd be able to work with me a little bit more one-on-one in those smaller group sessions. Don't let another day go by feeling unfulfilled and feeling stuck. Like, this is your chance to step into the power, into making meaningful connections and creating the impact that you were born to make. Your journey to becoming a true giver and impact maker, it starts here. If you are truly ready to unleash those gifts and superpowers, then what you want to do is send an email to info@thegivermethod.com. And all you have to do is put in the subject line, "I'm ready." And what we'll do is we will then email you more details about what it is, how the workshop works, when it's starting, costs, all that type of stuff. So info@thegivermethod.com with the subject line, "I'm ready." Your future self is going to thank you for taking that step today. So don't delay on that. Now, let's actually dive into those 5 simple secrets that are going to help you discover your unique gifts and superpowers. Number 1, you have to embrace self-reflection. So if you are on a path of discovery and growth and you're trying to find those gifts, you have to start by looking inward. You have to take some time to think about, like, what activities do I lose track of my time on? Where do I get really excited? What are the tasks that hold me back or I really don't like? What are the things people come to me the most often for? These are going to be clues to what your natural talents are. As you start to find them, what I've found is you start developing them and start trying to give them to people. You're going to want to continue that self-reflection of how well that's done. How well did I do today or this week or whatever at giving? So what I'd love for you to do, if you'd like, we actually have a really cool resource that you can take advantage of. We've got a daily journal and a weekly reflection. You can have these for free. They're part of our book, but you can have these for free. They help you to really map out and identify, like, what did I do today to develop my gifts and superpowers? What did I do today to give them more? What could I have done better? And weekly reflections. If you want those, you can get them at thegivermethod.com/reflect. So number 1, that self-reflection. Number 2, you have to seek external perspectives. You have to go to other people. Oftentimes I ask people to self-reflect and then go to someone else they know and ask them to answer a series of questions about, like, what do you feel I'm good at? What do you think I could be doing better at? Where do you see my strengths? Things like that. Because, like we mentioned in the story about the executives, we don't always see our gifts as clearly as others do. So reach out to friends, families, coworkers. Ask them what they think your strengths are. Ask them what they think you are the best at, or that they would come to you for help because they know you know what to do. You might be surprised with what they say, by the way. So be prepared for that. Step number 3, you have to explore your passions. Now, there may be things, gifts and superpowers you have in you, things that light you up that you've just never tried, that you don't even know. So your gifts often align with what you're passionate about. So what topics or things get you excited, and why? What causes you to care deeply about this thing, that thing, whatever that may look like? Like, these interests are going to start pointing you towards those superpowers. So explore what those could be. Think of what else that could look like. What are opportunities that maybe could have been there that you could have gone down that you're like, oh, I would have been really excited to do that. These are all going to point towards that for you. Step 4, you want to analyze your past successes. You have to think back on time. So this is where it's good to get a piece of paper and think about the times where you felt proud about what you accomplished. Like, what skills did you use? Like, what did you use to achieve those successes? These are likely pointed towards some of the gifts that you have. Once again, thegivermethod.com/reflect, the journal, daily journal and weekly reflections help a lot with that. They also help a lot with step number 5. So step number 5 is that you actually have to experiment and practice. You may think you know what it is. Oh, I'm really good at this thing. And you start to go out and maybe test the waters with it, and you're like, whoa, that is not what it was. I do not like that. Or you start to see, wow, I really have that. I want to amplify it more. There's this self-discovery that happens at that time. So once you have that idea of your potential gifts, it really is time to start putting forward some sort of an action. You have to try new things, take on challenges, practice using your talents. You have to set some sort of goals of what you want to achieve. And the more you use them, the stronger they become, which is why I'm offering the daily journals and weekly reflections for free. You can get them at thegivermethod.com/reflect, is so that you can truly be able to work on those and identify, what did I do today? What could I have done more? Things along those lines. Remember that discovering your gifts, like, that's the beginning step. That's the G in the giver. The real magic comes when you actually start to use them to make positive impact on the world around you, because that's what truly being a giver is all about. But I know that it's not always easy to go down that path. Many of you might be feeling unfulfilled, disconnected from your purpose, struggling to make deep and meaningful relationships. Like, you might have that nagging feeling that you're not living up to your full potential, or that you are truly meant for something more. And these feelings are exactly why the Giver Method and the Giver Academy that we created and Impact Makers, like, it's why these were born and why they're there for you as a resource. It's a path that helps you discover and uncover and define and develop your gifts and superpowers, and at the same time helps you to find the ways that you can create lasting impact and live a more fulfilled life. So if you're ready to take that step forward, if you want to start your path on that journey, then this opportunity of the Giver Academy is truly for you. Like I said, we're only looking for a couple more people to round out the rest of the workshop. And it truly is an experience that changes you. As you dive deep into finding out what your gifts and superpowers are, you move past all the fears, obstacles, things that could be in the way. You really turbocharge your ability to discover how then you can give more value to individuals. You're going to be with other people like yourself and receive some more guidance. So this is your chance to step into your power and make more meaningful connections and create that impact that you were born to make. Once again, if you're ready for that, if that's something you want to know more information about, just send an email to info@thegivermethod.com with the subject line, I'm ready, and we'll send you more details about the workshop. If you found this video helpful, once again, make sure that you subscribe, make sure you share it with someone who may need it, like it, comment what your thoughts were, and comment as you start to think about what your superpowers could have been. Remember, your gifts and superpowers, they are unique to you and they are valuable. And it is time that you start to let them shine so you can make a difference that only you were born to make. Until next time, keep growing, keep giving, keep working to make an impact. Hopefully you found this video valuable, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one soon. Have a great day.